Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland. I'm doing my studies. I'm a little late getting my lesson for today, but like I mentioned before, I'm doing my studies, so I decided to just record it so I could release it. Maybe somebody could get something out of it. I hope everybody's having a good day wherever they are. You know, find some comfort in knowing that God loves you and He wants you to come to Him as you are, Okay. So I don't know what He's gonna see. He might burn me up today, y'all. I don't know. We're in Matthew, so we're gonna see. But we all. That's why I want to be better. I just want to be a better person. I really do, and I want to encourage other people to be a better person too. So I'm gonna go on and get started. Chapter 22, Matthew chapter 22, verses 1 through 46, okay? And Jesus answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again he sent forth another servant, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the raiment took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. Let me repeat that. And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city. Why you want to hurt the poor people? I don't understand. This one is getting to me. So I got to keep reading to get an understanding for this one. But they did whatever was going on. It sounded like somebody lost their temper because people didn't acknowledge their special day. Maybe somebody can give me some insight on this, in the comments, please. So they took it out on the servants because nobody wanted to partake in the festivities, I don't know. I could somebody understands, please explain, but I'm not finished, so maybe it'll become more clear. I don't remember this story. Then saith he to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Okay, they had the ceremony again. They had to talk about the ceremony again. I guess the people that were invited weren't really worthy to be there. So why invite them if they ain't worthy to be there? I don't understand. So this is one chapter I might need somebody to give me some insight on, please. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. So I guess the people that this person knew that wanted to get married didn't want to go to the wedding. So the servants had to go out and just gather people just to show up. That's just weird. And when the king came to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment, and he was speechless. The king asked the man why he don't have no special outfit on. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Because he didn't have on no garment. Wow, God is trying to say that he likens, he likens the kingdom of heaven like the groom, and we are like the bride. And because we came to the ceremony, we came before God not proper, then then they cast them into darkness, outer darkness, like hell or whatever, or whatever, outer darkness, because they didn't come to God correctly. Look, that's what I'm getting so far, but we'll see. For many are called, but few are chosen. Okay? Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. Okay, so they trying to, the politicians and the religious, people, they came to sounds like they came to God trying to get him caught up in his words that he have already said or explained. He's talking in parables, giving like examples, it's like an example, When he's talking, he gives examples. They call them parables. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Trying to get Christ caught up, People put you in jail for something you say. That's kind of petty. If they're misinterpreting it, you want to put somebody in jail for words? Got all these criminals out here that are doing real crime. And you come after somebody that's speaking some truth and trying to give somebody some understanding. Huh? Modern day, people still doing that. They don't want the truth to come out. They'd rather people be be in darkness, with the cloak of deceit over them than to tell the truth. People in high places. Show me the tribute money. And thou brought unto him a penny. And he saith unto them, Whose is this image and this word is hard for me. Superscription. That's how it's super and then scription. And he saith unto them, Who is this image and superscription? They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. Okay? Now we pay our taxes, right? We have to pay our taxes, right? Well, some people don't, but when you don't, what they do? They garnish your money, or they whatever they do to you, depends, they got laws for that. If you don't pay your taxes, they got laws for that. Okay, out there, we all got. But he's also saying what belongs to God, give it to him. Everything's God's really, but he was trying to just give examples, because we're living on this earth right now. And we have to deal with men on this earth. And they're established laws and rules and things like that. So we got to abide by whatever their standard is, you know. When they had heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way. The same day came to him the Sadducees, which say that there is no resurrection. That's the religious folks. And asked him, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Issue could be several things, you know. I don't want to go too deep into that. I don't know if it means because she didn't have a cycle, or, you know. So because she couldn't have no kids, he went on. But I want somebody that can understand, to give me an understanding, you know, for this chapter. Likewise, the second also, and the third unto the 7th. And last of all, the women died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall be of the 7? For they all had her. That's weird, man. Then Jesus answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. For in the resurrection they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. Okay, well, that's don't sound, you know, back then that wasn't her fault. It was a rule. That's what they did back then, you know. Why should she be punished for that? But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. So the Pharisees, the politicians, and the religious folks, you know, same old madness, getting together, talking. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Sounds pretty cut and dry to me. This is the first and the great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Oh boy. Those were the two main laws that he put to us first. Love God, love your neighbor. I'm going to just leave that part like that. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. All the laws should hinge on that. So he didn't condemn that the woman had 7. He didn't condemn her for that. That was how it was back then. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe this is gonna reach somebody. So quit punishing yourself, whatever you've gone through. Stop punishing yourself, whatever you're going through. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them, saying, What think ye of Christ? Whose son is he? They say unto him, The son of David. He saith unto them, How then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? Okay. Well, that makes sense, right? Why are we going to call our Father Lord? Do you all call your Father Lord? I call my father Dad, you know. I didn't call him, Hey Lord, when he was alive. I don't know, but this is a really good, I'm going to have to go back over this one. But this is some stuff I really wasn't sure about. But then the stuff that I was sure about, it made me feel better. It did. And no man was able to answer him a word, neither durst any man from the day forth ask him any more questions. That was done after that, huh? That day, it was like, He did not condemn that poor woman. Can you imagine? But God's telling us, love him. Love your neighbor. Love people. You know, of course, they don't always do us right as the Pharisees and Sadducees trying to get him caught up. They were. But he ended up shutting them down too, and they went on about their way. You know, it's not easy out here. You know, people going through a whole lot. So don't get caught. That's why we keep talking about getting caught up in the things you do that might not be the right thing. You know, we all mess up. We all fall short. All of us. But don't get caught up on that. Don't get caught up, you know, on the mistakes you make. I keep telling y'all, we all make mistakes. The bad guys that are worshipers of Satan, they sin. The people that worship God, we sin too. The difference is we love God. They worship Satan. We worshiping God. We love God. The Most High. Love him and your neighbor. That was Jesus's two main laws that he didn't talk about no other laws in that particular chapter. Just them two. On rendering unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So pay your taxes or whatever, you know. Stuff like that. I mean, you know. People, we put too much into not, you know, finding God. We give too many excuses. You don't have to be perfect. You don't. But you do need to try to be a decent person to people. Nobody wants people running around mistreating people. No. That's not the way to go. It's got to end. We got to make some changes around here, man. Some of us don't want the world to be wiped out and devastated and destroyed and, you know, all of this negativity. That's wrong. You don't have to live like that. We don't have to live like that. I choose not to. I choose not to. And if somebody is not doesn't agree with my spirit, you got to get to know people and see what they're about. It's hard sometimes. People will fake you out, but eventually they can't fake you out. The real them is going to come out. It takes time to meet people. But when I find out people, there's no agreement and there's going to be confusion, bye. I'm gone. They don't have to leave. I can go. I don't have no problem with that because I refuse to live like that because you don't have to. No one does. I'm not going to live like that. I'm not saying disagreements aren't normal. Yeah, they are. But all of the other extra stuff, just sit down and talk about it. That's it. Don't have to be no I'm fighting and all that old. Oh no, when you got to do all that, it's time to go. See ya. It's not worth it. And I love God, but I refuse to be demonized, live in a demonish environment. I'm not. And you don't have to either. Okay? I hope somebody can get something out of this. And maybe if somebody reads this, if they can give me some more input on that chapter, I would greatly appreciate it. Because there was some verses I wasn't sure about it. You know, I'm just, this, like I said, this is a lesson for me. I'm not no theology instructor. I'm just learning. And I don't remember that one. I don't remember that chapter. But, you know, it did clear up some things for me. You know, you want to have a conscious mind, man. Stop trying to do so many, stop doing all this dirty deeds and stuff like that. Undermining people and all of that. Don't do that. Let's change the world. These kids they're inheriting a messed up society. We gotta, those of us who can, we need to try to set, you know, we want to move forward in the 21st century, but we also want to have good values. You know, we need to take the good from the past and bring it forward, whatever the good things are, to help us be better for our future, you know. Anyway, I just hope everybody can, let's choose love, okay? Not hate. I know that one little word has big meaning, both of them. And they're completely opposites of each other. And it seems like it's the hardest thing. Those two little simple small words for people to do. You know? Try love, you know? In spite of it. I've been through a lot, but I still love. And I believe in it. And I believe love transcends. You know? Oh, don't forget. Smile this day anyway. Reach one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay? Have a good day.